Привет, слушатель, ребята, this is Wilson Up, guys. I'm in Mechanicville, New York. And right when I arrived, there was a train parked on the tracks that crossed the Hudson River. These train tracks head east over onto the other side, and they actually go to Vermont. There's only 2 train tracks that go from New York to Vermont, and the other track is in Whitehall, which is like 30 miles north of here. So this one is a lot easier for me to get to, which is why I chose this line. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to have to wait for this train to take off. I'm going to try to find a spot on it. So I have some kind of bad news. I reached the end of the train on the east side, and there's a rearranged device on it, which means that the train is only able to head west. It can't head east, which is kind of what I expected, since it's right outside of a yard, so it's probably waiting for clearance to go in the yard. But I've never actually seen one of these up close. I don't really know what that number means. It's kind of interesting, actually. I've never seen these types of cars before. There's like 5 of them in a row. Just a quick update, I've been here for like 5 hours. It's now like 6:30 p.m. And I've been talking to all the people who have been walking through this area on the train track to the other side. And the people who seem to know what they're talking about the most say that there's only like 2 per day. And almost everyone have been saying that they travel through here slowly, slow enough to catch. Only one person has said that they go through here fast. And he said that only happens sometimes. I've talked to like 10 people. And a lot of people don't actually know. They just make up some answer and tell me. I wish if they actually didn't know, they would just say they didn't know rather than making up a fake answer, just so I feel like walk away feeling satisfied. But I don't know, it's just how people are. I'll have to keep waiting. I think that there will be one that comes through here before 10 p.m. because that's what a lot of people have told me. 10 minutes after takeoff, the train has stopped. I'm going to get off and try to find a better spot other than this screened porch with very short wall. Finally, after 6 hours, the train started moving. In a few minutes, there's going to be sunlight. going to go on. Is the one heading south towards Springfield, or the one that heads east towards Boston? I hope I get on the track that goes east. I haven't even followed them. Came to a stop around 180 point. I got off and found a spot on the top. That's the largest solar panel I've ever seen. Good news! I'm on the track heading east rather than the track heading south. The track heading south is right up there. I'm about to go over the train track that I didn't want to go on. So I'll have to look at my map to see where this goes. This train was going to the Greenfield door, which I didn't want to get trapped inside. So I'm going to try to skateboard to the other side of the yard. If my train keeps going through the yard without stopping, if only stopping for a little while, I'll be able to get back on it on the other side. But it looks like I'm going to have to wait on the other side of the yard for a while. And the train tracks diverge slightly after they leave Greenfield. I know I've been mispronouncing it. I've been calling it Greenfield. It's actually Greenfield, but now I need to race this train to the other side of the yard. The train just stopped. So, looks like I might have more time than I thought I would. The train's moving again. I gotta hook. Okay, so bad news. I can't get across up here. Going to have to cross the railroad bridge. I would have just ran past them, except there's literally no sidewalk. I would have had to walk across steel beams, and that's beyond my level. The reason why I wanted to take the other bridge so much is because I once got trapped in the Silcook yard. And ever since then, getting trapped in a yard has been one of my biggest fears. And this yard looks to be a little bit larger than the Silcook yard, so getting trapped in here would be very bad. But according to my map, there's a road that goes along the side of it. So I'm going to try to take that road to the other side and then camp out there until our train heads east. According to some classified intelligence, that was basically one of the only trains going through this yard today. And it basically wasn't even going to stop in the yard. It continued on north to Brattleboro, Vermont, which I would love to go to, but now I can't, and I'm stranded here with no way to get out of Greenfield. What I decided to do is, instead of trying to continue east, I decided to head west back to New York. And my train took me to Eagle Bridge, New York, but then the engine separated from the rest of the train. So I'm going to have to skateboard 15 miles back to Mechanicville. This train started moving, so I'm going to try to get on it. It's a very short train though, and the locomotive is right up ahead. So, here I go. That train stopping adventure sucked. Trains kept stopping for no reason, kept going back for no reason. Stopped for very long times at very random spots. And the trains were making lots of very weird and loud sounds for basically no reason. And they were traveling very unpredictably, and the trains were going very slow. So overall, Northern Suffolk, or Norfolk Southern, I keep mixing the two up, they get a 0 out of 10. They're much worse than CSX and KBs. I didn't even want to travel on that train line because I knew it was like so inactive. But I had already traveled to all the major cities, all the major train lines from Albany, so I had to choose a new spot. I couldn't keep going over the same spot a bunch of times. That would be boring. And so this video was such a letdown. Try to make my next video a lot better.